I'm from the Midwest and the
are.
South. Yes, I am. And we think that everyone in Hollywood is all completely married to the left side of politics. What the heck are you doing here for Tim Donnelly?
I made a right turn in Glendora, and I ended up here. I don't know what happened, but I was no. The state of California needs to change. We have a super majority of Democrats in the legislature, and it no longer serves the people. And as a Democrat, it's not good for me. It's not good for us. And
so let me get this straight. So you're a Democrat
Yeah, but I'm
supporting Tim Donnelly.
I'm supporting Tim Donnelly because I can't support the continued waste and misspending of public funds that Governor Brown is doing. We have to make a change. And I really like, the more time I spend with Tim, the more I like him. And he's not for, a completely conservative Republican agenda. He's for the state of California and creating jobs. We need to get, I have a vitamin company that's in Florida. It had to leave the state of California because of overregulation. We need to have it here. We need to have businesses here. We need to make more films here instead of making them in Louisiana.
So a lot of people would say, well, businesses, I mean, that's kind of a greedy capitalist idea. Why is that not?
Well, 80% of businesses, 80% of the people employed are employed by small business. So if you think it's greedy, then I think you should recheck that. I think what you need to do is have regulations that make sense. I mean, I'm for all sorts of, you have to have environmental regulations, but at the same time, there's no reason to have 6 different people at a particular business only trying to please government regulations that are overly aggressive and that aren't really helping. I mean, if it makes sense, absolutely. I think you have to have worker safety for sure. You need to have environmental protections for for people's safety. You want clean air. Who's against clean water?
Right.
But at the same time, if you do too much, I think right now you have a bureaucracy of that's overly aggressive and that isn't helping. I mean, when the governor of Texas comes here and says, "Come to Texas, we'll make it easier for you," and people are leaving, then we have to do the opposite. We have to be able to create an environment here where we can continue to create jobs, and that's what we need to do. And I got to tell you, it's not the Democrats. I've had to leave my own party and to find a better way to serve the state. The supermajority isn't listening. They didn't listen to me when I went up the state of California, when I went to Sacramento to testify on behalf of parental rights. So I'm no longer going to support the Democrats in this next election. And I like Tim, and I'm going to support him.
What would you say to your Hollywood friends who say, oh my gosh, he's fallen off the wagon. What are we going to do with him?
I would say, think about that. Do you really want to fly to Louisiana to do your next movie, or wouldn't you love to do it here in California? I prefer doing it here in California.
Yeah,
Perfect weather. It's not humid. The food's great. The people are nice. You're close to home. Shoot it here. So let's find a way to keep jobs here in California, not just for you, but for also the people on your crew, the makeup, hair, construction, your unions. Let's help jobs in California, and let's be the state that continues to be what it should be. The best state in America to live.
And you believe Tim Donnelly is progressive that way. I want you to talk about that because this is about actually making progress for the state of California. Well,
I think that Tim has what's in best of mind for the state for creating jobs, and I think that's really important now. I think what lost me was Governor Brown overtaxing the state to make up for a broken system. For an educational system that doesn't work. When you have 50% of the biggest school district in America, the LA Unified School District, dropout rate is 50%, that's a broken system that needs to be changed, not just throw more money at it from the highest earners like myself. I don't mind paying taxes. I want it to go go to a place that's not wasted. So, he lost me. Governor Brown, you lost me, and I will not support you in your next election.
What is missing? What does Hollywood not understand about what needs to happen in California and especially in Hollywood?
Well, sometimes people get caught up on social issues, and I would just say that, hey, I disagree with Tim on social issues, and I think that what the Pope said the other day, I think is a good lesson for every politician and for every leader, which is, there's been too much emphasis on homosexuality and gay marriage and abortion rights and right to life and contraceptives. And he's talking about, I don't mean to quote the Pope, but this is what he was talking about.
Right, sure.
We need to rise above that and talk about how can we love each other, how can we be supportive, and how can we help mankind. And instead of being so divisive. And I get to say, The more time I spend with Tim Donnelly, the more I like him, and the more that we have opposite views about things. But it doesn't stop our commonalities. What's best for the state of California? And let's not waste our time with our differences. Let's work on what we have in common.
Are you getting any blowback from your friends in Hollywood about supporting this
Well,
this Republican?
Adam Sandler is finally said, "You're finally coming over to our side of the fence." I am.
That's
I am.
awesome.
Let's do something that helps all people in California,
I love that.
and let's get the supermajority of Democrats out. And we're gonna have to spend money to do it. And I got to tell you what, I'm gonna speak with my wallet and with my mouth, and I'm gonna support Tim and other Republicans to break this stranglehold hold. Because what happens if we don't win this? If the Republicans do not break the stranglehold of the supermajority, then you're gonna have another generation of Democrats spending this state into the ground, and that we can't afford that. And so that's why I'm here.
Last question. Funniest thing about this campaign so far?
Being in a car with Tim Donnelly, him taking his seatbelt off. I got to talk to you. I said, put your seatbelt on. It's not safe. I'm a libertarian. I don't believe in seatbelts.
Oh, awesome. I love that.
I said, I love this. I love this guy.
Thank you so much. Rob Schneider.